Hey guys, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning, but I had a little quiet time to do some research, and I want to show you what I learned because I think it's really important to explain why certain decisions are being made and why they matter. So the big headline today is that the president decided to extend our social distancing guidelines at least till the end of April, and said that he hopes to see a recovery start to happen in June, but he left himself a lot of flexibility over the next several weeks. And for the very first time, the task force talked about the modeling or the data that they're using to inform these policy decisions. So before I get to that, I think it's important to say that one fact that we do know at this time is that the vast majority of people that get the virus that causes COVID-19 will not need to go to the hospital. 90 to 95% of people will not need to go to the hospital. That said, the people that are getting very sick are tending to get sick at the same time, and that's causing a surge in the healthcare system in places like New York. And that's one of the many challenges to COVID-19 is the stress that is placing on our healthcare system. So the modeling that's being used is researchers collecting data, very limited data, we should mention, from abroad and also here at home, and plugging into algorithms and playing out a prediction of what the next several weeks should look like. And the task force mentioned a specific group that had a model that's very similar to the research that the task force was able to compile. And this group is out of the University of Washington. It's an independent research group, but I want to show you what their research is showing. So this is the model that they're showing for hospitalizations in America, and this is the model as well for deaths. I'm going to put this on the website so you can view it very, very up close, but here's the big takeaway. We are here, and they're showing a peak right here in mid-April, right after Easter. Our social distancing measures went into effect here. So this is when the guidelines came into place. This is where we are. This is where we're going. This is why the social distancing guidelines have to continue. Because in order to start seeing a decline after mid-April, we have to slow down the spread. And this is exactly what Dr. Michael Lin out of Stanford University told Smarter News. He saw that by April 10th, we should know if our public health measures have worked at all to slow the spread. They're saying by April 14th. So they're all in the same range. But this is why the policymakers are saying we cannot go back to business as usual. The cases that will suddenly hit the hospitals over the next several weeks are still cases that are coming from some of the time before the social distancing measures were in place, and some from the last several weeks, maybe before people were taking it very seriously. So we have to continue the policy to slow the spread. This is what they're seeing, and they want to start seeing a decline by the end of April. Just a note on this, Dr. Anthony Fauci said, you may look at places like New York and think that's never going to happen in your town. He said, that's not the way the virus behaves. Do not get complacent. It starts very slowly and then suddenly spikes. And that's what they're starting to see. And that's one of the reasons for their concern. So I'm going to link to this on the website. You guys can look at it up close. There's nothing too challenging in here that you're not going to be able to see and really take in and get a good understanding of what the people in power are saying that's helping them to make the decisions that they are. I hope this is helpful. Questions and comments, let me know, and always more on smarternews.com.